Family fun just got an upgrade at Carowinds this season. Experience the excitement of a traditional Carolina County Fair, complete with 4 new classic rides for the whole family to enjoy. Dance through the air on the Do-Si-Do, go around and around on the Rock and Roller, take in the view from the Zephyr, and challenge the Electro Spin. And after that, enjoy classic County Fair food that'll thrill your taste buds. Plus, now through June 18th, everyone pays kids price, only at Carowinds.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
That box.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I think they don't truly understand me, you know? Because they don't. Yeah. Can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Die from the sicknesses if we don't seek their health. All odds be my witness when I speak was felt. Full house on my hands, the cards I was dealt. 3 Ks, 2 A's in America. I'm just a black space born out the nebula. And everything I do will say today that's worthwhile. With assurance by your action of your first child. I begin my first now. Cause as I speak and I feel like it ain't my words. Like I'm just a vessel channeling.
What's up, good people? It's your man Jay Free IC. Jay is free because I can see. Another episode, we stepping outside the box. We in the garage. If you want to be a guest on the show today, if you got something you want to talk about, you got a question, if you got an opinion about something that I've said, all you got to do to be a guest on the show is call in 215-383-3721. Again, that's 215-383-3721. Come on into the garage, step outside the box with your man, Jay Free IC. Remember, people, perception is everything. How you view a situation determines your reaction, response, your outcome, it is everything. Title of the show, Outside the Box, that's what we do, is we challenge the norms of thinking. We take you outside of your normal perception. We take you outside of your comfort zone. We challenge you. We force you to dig in and research and uncover and look up, try to find out, prove me wrong, show me where I err, show me where I'm wrong at. The purpose of this is to spark your mind and to get you to critical thinking. You understand what I'm saying? And not just be such a puppet that's moved by the way the winds blow. So with that said, again, outside the box with your man Jay Free. Today what we wanted to talk about is identity crisis. And I asked a simple question: who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing? And what I mean by that is, do you know who you are? Core nature of yourself. I ain't talking about the facade that you've created. I ain't talking about what people outside of you have told you are to make you feel like who you are. I'm talking about, do you know who you are? And I'm asking, who are you? I'm asking, where are you? Do you understand where you are in the realm of existence? Do you understand your connection spiritually with the universe? Do you understand you have a religious foundational background or some type of belief structure or system? Like, where are you with who you are? You understand what I'm saying? And now, what are you doing? Who are you? Once you know who you are, then you discover where you are. Where am I at? Where am I standing? Where am I? What am I doing? And now you need to know, then, what am I doing? What are you doing? So who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing? As we talk about, as we continue always talking about the system and the things that we're up against dealing with white supremacy and its effects concerning our community. We understand white supremacy and the power structure that have created the culture and within which we exist. And so as we continue to talk about that, we understand hundreds of years of physical, mental, emotional abuse. We understand the effects of slavery and all that it entailed and the effects that it had on us as a community. We understand how this has affected the development of our psychology. You understand what I'm saying? We understand all of the nuances and all of the intricate details into how the white supremacist structure has affected the development of our psychology. If you don't understand the white supremacist structure, then you need to go back to some of the other shows because, you know, we got limited time. We can't break it all down. We do got a guest on the show today. Can you hear me, Carl? Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here.
What's going on, bro? How you doing this afternoon, baby?
Nah, I'm all good. You already know. Blessed, man.
Yes, sir.
Another day.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, like I said, man, today I was talking about identity crisis. The reason the topic is such big for me is because, you know, I done made the statement in regards to color, and I done said our color didn't matter. And I don't mean it in the sense of it don't matter. I just meant it in the sense of when we understand what we up against. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, just to elaborate on what you're saying, that color doesn't matter. You're just basically saying that color don't need to be our main focus. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger problem.
Man,
because
yes, sir.
Like you already broke down, white, it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the color. And black, that's just what they done put on us. You know what I'm saying? We are melanated beings.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real. What it boils down to, because ultimately, man, when the thing boils down, like I say, we dealing with milk right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't feed a baby meat because he ain't got the teeth to be able to chew them. And so we're trying to get people to just understand the foundational truth. We got to get people to understand first that they've been lied to, and we got to get them to how do we get them to understand they've been lied to? I believe that we have to get them to identify the issue at the root. So if we can get people to identify how we all done kind of been manipulated, and we can see how the system has been put into play, then we can begin the process of questioning. Because like you say, ultimately, race kind of matters because of the system we exist in, and that's how people get trained to believe. But when I say it don't matter, that's because once you get down the rabbit hole and get to the bottom, you understand the truths that we really up against. Because like I say, we only on the surface now, baby. It's like 25 layers deeper of what really is going on. And so when you get to it, you understand that it's really us against them. And so it's not, when I say us against them, we fighting over color, but really we dealing with species. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so really when you get down to it, the color don't matter because those that are human beings are human beings, and those that are not. But see, that's way over people's head. You see what I'm saying? When you go to mention an extraterrestrial or what, you know, because the Bible refers to them, I believe, as Nephilim or angels. You see what I'm saying? But because of our lack of understanding and of knowledge and truth, you know what I'm saying, I sound absurd when I say, you know, extraterrestrial, even though it's all in the Bible. You know what I mean? That the Son of God came. You know, it's all. Like I say, the rabbit hole is deep. So that's why I say color don't matter, because it was a tool that they used to separate. So for me to get off of that, because I'm tired of repeating to the world about me and color. The point is, what they did, man, was they created an identity crisis. That's the thing that I hit on. They created where we have an inner struggle within ourselves, trying to identify who I am. And it's that inner struggle that keeps us blinded to actually being able to access the nature that is within us. You know what I'm saying? That's why when it says to know thyself is to know God, you know what I'm saying, or the kingdom of God is within you, you know what I'm saying, or to understand the power that works within us, that's why they had to put up this wall of separation to make us look outwardly. Because if we really going to follow Yeshua, if we're going to really be the example, you know what I'm saying, that Yeshua put forward, you know what I'm saying, then what we have to do is we have to follow the example that Yeshua put forward. And the example that Yeshua put forward was just simply to show us how to walk in love and light and to be connected with the Creator through nature and universe and understand the spiritual power that we possess and to walk it. And that was the example that Yeshua gave to us. And so we don't even follow the example of the Yeshua. You see what I'm saying? Instead, we worship in Jesus, an image, without understanding the principal teachings behind Yeshua. And it's all about identity crisis. That's all he was trying to do, I believe, was also to get us to know ourselves. So one of the things I brought up today, bro, that's why I was sitting up here and I had watched the movie yesterday called Burning Sands. Have you seen that?
I ain't seen that yet.
Huh?
I ain't seen that yet.
It's I saw it on Netflix, man, and it's dealing with the black fraternities. And the reason I mention it is because, man, what we up against, man, is psychological warfare. As I explained to people before, what psychology means. You know what I'm saying? Just psychology is the fact that they took the time to study how the mind functions and operates, reacts, and responds to things so that they can understand how to manipulate and control it. And so psychology is the number one science behind everything. It's psychology. It affects us in every area. And so understanding the psychology, I also understand what we really up against. And so a lot of people are unaware of the group called the Boule. And so Boule, you know what I'm saying? You familiar. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Boule.
Yeah, I know you familiar. Yeah. The black aristocracy. And a lot of people ain't familiar with the Boule. And so when we talked about on the show yesterday when we was with LA and we talked about the brothers that sat on the front row that killed Malcolm, for example. You know what I'm saying? The brothers that infiltrated the Black Panther Party and had parts to do with that. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about these different levels of treachery that can be done within our own community, man, now that's what I'm saying. We have to understand what we really up against. See what I'm saying? That's why it's psychological. It ain't about the color. It's about individual. I need to know who you is. Now, I ain't saying I'm adopting white folk in as part of the army, but that's saying once we can identify who we are, and get back to a place of truth and understand to distinguish between the sides and the motives and inert nature within the intent of the heart of man and get back to that principle. You see what I'm saying? Because the Boule is out here, man, and they working with the power elite to help keep us down. So you got black folk. The minute something happens, you got a black person that'll step in and do their coon trick, their coon dance, that, you know, for white supremacy, but more importantly, you got the black folk that'll step in, they'll give an illusion that they actually fighting the power and that they standing with the cause. See what I'm saying? And because of their position, their status and stature, a lot of times people will follow their persuasion because they look like they look like they with us. You know what I'm saying? Serena Williams come out, you know what I'm saying, with a Black Power shirt on, with a Black Panther on the T-shirt, and everybody had memes and posts going up about Serena with the people, and people follow the passive mind state. But now she done married a white dude, and people are like, oh, see what I'm saying? So it's, you know, we tend to lean our loyalty because our perception is misguided. And I'm rambling, bro, but within this movie, The Burning Sands, because what I'm finna hit is real deep, and I know you're going to get with me. We're going to talk about this for a minute. The Burning Sands, the movie, it was dealing with the black fraternity. Now, first off, the black fraternity, excuse my French, I almost pledged when I was in college. Only reason I didn't was because I got kicked out of school for I pledged. So please, don't nobody be offended by what I say. The truth is just the truth. But now that I know what I know, I understand that the black Greek society is the devil body. This is where they recruit the Boule. This is where the Boule is founded back in 1902, I believe it was, started with the Alpha fraternity. The Alphas was the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying? W.E.B. Du Bois, and people can go research it. I love when people say I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. Go look up what I'm saying. Play back what I said. Hear the names I said, the fraternities, hear it all, and go look it up and Google and research it. But anyway, for those that didn't know. But anyway, so when I watched this movie, I see the Boule all in this movie because the point was, bruh, they had a part in the movie where they tried to throw away the Willie Lynch letter. They tried to just discredit it. And they was trying to, make fraternities be cool. You know what I'm saying? So they was feeding they was subliminally feeding the coon lifestyle, so to say. They was subliminally, and they was trying to make it like us regular black folk. We make too many excuses about the conditions that we exist in, as if we the ones created the 400 years torture. And, you know what I'm saying? So they say we making excuses because we was an abused child and we out here running wild now, but it's our fault because we grew up wrong. our psychology wasn't properly developed. They say it's our own fault. No, it's not our own fault. It's our fault to start coming up and waking up out of it. But it ain't our fault for how we got here. And this movie, I saw the Boule in there. And I say that, bro. I didn't mean to ramble it. I was trying to get to a point so we could talk. I didn't mean to ramble it, but I had to set it up. Because I've been reading, watching that movie messed me up. I had to, because hearing them say the Willie Lynch letter is fake, it ain't real, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here, I got a copy of it right here in front of me. And that was what made me, I've been reading it this morning. That's why I say I had to just do a show. Because I'm like, bro, how can I read this letter and see anything but truth in it? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I asked you real quick before, because I don't want to just be rambling too much. We got about 16 minutes. What's your take, man, on the Willie Lynch letter and what's going on out here? Because I believe that they real deal strategically plan what is going on. I believe that it's hundreds of years in the making. I believe that they real deal. It's a snowball effect. Now they got to roll it. But I believe it's as simple as us waking up to be able to stop it. But our ignorance, man, is so entrained in us. We so brainwashed, manipulated, and controlled by these systems that they got us locked into. You know what I'm saying? Using race, using economy, and using religion to hinder us, because all of these things have us looking outwardly, trying to justify and trying to substantiate ourselves. So I'm asking, like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I totally agree. To Willie Lynch, I mean, even if it wasn't exact thing, a such thing as the Willie Lynch letter, it was still something that's practiced regardless, because it's evident in the way that we live our lives today, in the way that the society is ran and has been ran. It's evident that some people sat down and they strategically planned a way to put a psychological hold on us, specifically to keep us from our roots and to keep us from the actual power that we have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's definitely real. And the Boule and black fraternities, just like you said you was going to pledge. I was going to pledge also. But just mingling in those different crowds and mingling around them, like you said, what they try to do is push the clone lifestyle on you. They try to make you become a part of white supremacy, basically, and they try to make you look down on your own people. They try to make you, you know what I'm saying, feel like you on a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? The black fraternity, the whole lifestyle within that is just, I mean, if you want to be in a fraternity, man, you gotta want to be some kind of coon, because you know what they do. You know who they out there working for. You know what I'm saying? How many black-owned companies is it from black fraternity members? You know what I'm saying? And if they is black-owned, they're probably in white communities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you don't really know how that go, man. They definitely work with the plan to make a psychological hold, man.
And I like that I like the point that you put on there, because that was the thing, what you just said. It's like, see, the thought of it is, we miss it because the system got us so messed up by race that we separate ourselves based on shades. You know, our light skin think they better than dark skin, and so on and so forth. And so they use the same thing with socioeconomic status. So they use the same thing with how much money we got. You know what I'm saying? So really, money trump color now. You know what I'm saying? It's the same too. It used to be 100% race. Now it's race mixed with money. Because now, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z can tell a white cop to kiss his ass, you know what I'm saying, because he got enough money to do that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in 1920, he couldn't did it. So money now comes into the play. Now, race still plays a factor, you know what I'm saying, but money comes into play, you know what I'm saying, and money becomes a major issue, because now what happens with money, you know what I'm saying, is now this becomes our focus. So now we trying to substantiate ourselves and base our identity of who we are based on what we have or what we can get, you know what I'm saying, financially, you know what I'm saying? So based on how much money we got, our status, like what kind of car we got, blah, blah, blah. So because we blinded, and I'm saying this is blinded now, because at the end of the day, if we, like I say, at the end of the day, we know spiritual things are really the things we should desire. So while we chasing these things, that's where the Greek society comes in, is it gives us this brotherhood. So now we got older brothers that got businesses, and so really we plug in by being in the brotherhood. But because we blinded to the system, we miss it. And I'm only mentioning these things, bro, because what's so deep is we fighting to get out of the oppressor's hands that we've been in. But we steady doing it. We say we fight not to get out, but we steady trying to use the same means by which bound us in the first place. You see what I'm saying? We trying to build. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said before, how integration really was an adverse effect for us. You know what I'm saying? That integration didn't benefit us like we thought it would be, but that was us trying to sit at the master's table. And it's still the same thing now. We saying now, we waking up and we saying, oh, we've been lied to, and I'm good because I'm black, and I'm better than you because I'm black. And now that's wrong, because it ain't just because I'm black. You see what I'm saying? Everybody that you're looking at that you're saying is white, I'm telling y'all, when you get to the root of what we dealing with, man, we not dealing with race as in color. We dealing with a species, baby. And so some of the people that we calling white is not white. You see what I'm saying? Some of the people we calling white just because they just a lighter skinned than us. But that's because the system done made us play ourselves against ourselves and not understand the species and the beings that we dealing with. So like I said before, we forgot about the angels, coming to land with the sons of men, and we forgot about the war between good and evil. Like I say, this is all spiritual, and we being duped and dumb, and us humans are fighting amongst each other while the other people are controlling us behind the scenes. I don't want to get too crazy with it, and that's why all of this is important, because we fighting for all of this money and wealth that don't mean nothing. That's the stuff that don't matter. You see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying. Definitely don't matter. Everything on planet Earth right now is not really supposed to be here. All these cars, all this money, all these houses, all these factories, everything you see, man. It's not supposed to be set up like this. And it's beings, entities that know this, and that's who controlling everything, man, because they gaining energy and they gaining power from us putting everything outward. You saying, amen, Jesus, oh, praise God, praise Jesus, praise Allah, praise whatever. You going to these churches, you know what I'm saying? People don't know certain colors, certain sounds, and all this generate energy. And that's what they're doing, man. They just became a super powerful source from us putting all our faith into certain things that they manipulated, things that they created.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. And it's shackles. And we bound because we don't realize it. And we fighting to get free, but we ain't really fighting to get free because we trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to build within the same adverse effects that's messed us up. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as, you know what I'm saying? Like, just cause I got a community going on within the prison, I'm still in the prison. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? The Godfather that's in the cell and he got a flat screen TV and a cell phone, and he got them bringing outside food in. You know what I'm saying? And he got them bringing girls in. So for him, he living good. You know what I'm saying? But Nick, he's still in prison though. He's still incarcerated. He still don't have the fullness of the freedom that should be available to him. Even though he can enjoy luxury, he's still not free. And this is where we at. We not understanding that we still bound. We don't realize that we not free. Let me read this excerpt, man, because we got a few minutes, and I know I ain't even get to get into it. But I'm going to read this part, man. Check this out. It said, this is part of Let's Make a Negro, Let's Make a Slave from, this say the cardinal principles for making a Negro, part of the Willie Lynch letter printout that I got. It says, we lay down the following principles for long-range comprehensive economic planning. Both horse and niggers are no good to the economy in the wild or natural state. Both must be broken and tied together for orderly production. Special and particular attention must be paid to the female and the youngest offspring. Both must be taught to respond to a peculiar new language. Psychological and physical instruction of containment must be created for both. Now, they laid out a plan. They say this is for long-range economic planning. And they compared the black man to the horse and said they got to be broken because they ain't no good in their wild state. Watch what I'm going to say. They said they ain't no good in their wild state. And they say, but pay attention to the female and the youngest. And they say you got to use you got to teach them a new language with psychological and physical instructions to contain them. You see what I'm saying? And it says, just like accordingly, both the wild horse and the wild or natural nigger is dangerous even if they are captured, for they will have the tendency to seek their customary freedom, and in doing so may kill you in your sleep. So they came up with the plan because he said that we just like the horse, if we capture, just because they got us, we still dangerous because we have tendency to seek our customary freedom. In other words, we're going to always desire to be free. So they came up with a plan to break us. And this is what he said. He said, above all, you cannot get them to work in their natural state. Hence, both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is, breaking them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body, take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. Now, these is written words. So this is what I'm saying. They can say it ain't real, but look at the details of what they said. We got to be broken from one form of mental life. Notice this is psychology they dealing with now. See what I'm saying? People mistaken. This was a long-term plan. This wasn't about keeping us as slaves in shackles and cuffs. This was about instituting a plan that would put into effect in the beginning, that if they would put it into play early, that in the years to come, the plan would come into effect later on. It would affect the later generations, and you would have them bound mentally to where you won't even have to use shackles. It'll be just like the horse. I'm telling you. And so people want to say that this is made up and it's not real. Of course, as this knowledge comes out and we start putting this out in the public populations, of course they're going to send some counterintelligence to try to thwart this knowledge, to tell people, oh, it ain't real, disregard the Willie Lynch, oh, that ain't real. You see what I'm saying? And we ignorant enough to say, oh, Willie Lynch ain't real, so we don't even want to read the details of it because they tell us it ain't real. Is you kidding? Can you not read between the lines to see how this is affecting us right now today from some words that were written years ago? So you can tell me it ain't real, but the proof is in the pudding. Experience is my teacher. Experience as a black man in this society tells me that this is real, that they thought that they would break me from my mental state to another one, that they would break the will to resist. Now, notice what he said. What they say. They said a brief off-course and offspring developed. He said he said pay little attention to the generation of the original breaking, what I just said. Now, I'm reading. He said pay little attention to the first generation. He said, but concentrate on future generations. He said, if you break the female, she will break the offspring in its early years of development. You know what I'm saying? So if you break the female, she gonna break the child down. You see what I'm saying? And then it says, I'm sorry, I'm getting a call in on my phone, and I'm trying to cut it off. But it said if you break the female, she gonna break the offspring in the early years of development. So it say when the offspring is old enough to work, she'll deliver them up to you. For normal female protective tendencies will be lost in the original breaking process. I got to stop right there, bro, because they just gave me the call and said I ain't got but like 90 seconds. We definitely going to have to do another show. We're going to get, because like I say, we're going to have to get into this Willie Lynch letter and break it down.
Yeah, we can take,
like I say,
just take it to Google Hangouts, man. Tell them come see us.
That's what we're going to That's what we're going to do. We're going to take it to YouTube Live, man. So I'm going to just say blessings to the world. It's your man, Jay Free IC. Outside the box, again, identity crisis, dealing with who we are, knowing who we are. It's your man. Be easy. I love y'all, man. One love. Peace. Ashe.
All right, peace.
Now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
Carowinds knows that you can't fit all the reasons the Carolinas are such a great place to live into one ad. So they went ahead and put it all into one festival, Taste of the Carolinas, Saturdays and Sundays, April 22nd through May 14th. There'll be food from around the region, paired with craft beer and wine, plus chef demonstrations. But that's not all. There's shag lessons, live music, and kids activities so you can bring the whole family to get a true Carolina experience. But hurry, right now everyone pays kids price, only at Carowinds.com.